Disney prices are completely out of control. I live a mile and a half from Disneyland in Anaheim, California. And I've lived in this place for about the last 3 years. And so I saw an ad the other day that said ticket priced reduced to $150 per person. And I was like, reduced? They cost $150 per person now? So I went and looked it up to share this information with you guys because I can't quite believe it. So, typical family in America is 4 people, 2 adults, 2 children. So let's look at the prices for a typical family of 4 to go to Disney for one day. This does not even include flights if you're not in the area or gas if you need to drive here. So tickets are $179 each for 2 adults. That's $358. $169 each for 2 children, so $338, totaling $696. Are you kidding me? Holy cow. Okay, now let's get to food and drinks. These are going to be some estimates. So about $60 to $90 per person times 4 people. And that's $240 to $360 for the 4 of you for the day. Now, when we talk about the park tickets, understand that they have what's called date based or peak day pricing, meaning that if it's an off-peak day, it'll be cheaper. If it's a peak day, it'll be more. So it can go up and down. Food and drinks, that includes like quick service meals, snacks, drinks. Sit-down dining is going to push that up higher. Okay? Now, parking is always $35. If you try to Uber in, it's probably going to cost at least that anyway. So kind of a wash there. You're going to have to pay for parking. Souvenirs, also $100 to $200 because you can't take your kid to Disney without them at least getting a t-shirt or a plushie or whatever they call it now. Depends on how much you want to spend there. Now, hotel, if you're going to stay for the night, is going to be between $150 and $300, and that's only skippable if you happen to live within a couple hours of Disney, which most people don't. So base, we're talking about $1,200 average, anywhere from $1,100 to $1,600 if you have a hotel for one day for a family at Disney. $1,200 average. Does that seem insane to anybody else that it should cost that much to go to Disney for one day? Does this seem absolutely insane to anybody else when they hear these prices? Because to me, this is nuts.
Honestly, the price of stuff has always gone up. I'm not surprised because it's always been a war between the have and have-nots. I'm not surprised that Disney went up on their prices. Why? Because people go there for the experience, not just to ride roller coasters. Most of the time when people go to Disney, they go because it's like a one in a lifetime event, or they only go every once in a while. Most people don't live in Florida, so they don't treat it as one of these things they always just drive by. I've been to Disney a couple of times. I've been to Universal a couple of times as well. It is expensive, and it's going to keep on getting expensive. You know why? Because life becomes more expensive. Prices have always gone up. And so I understand how he is a resident of the state of Florida, and he's like, there should be no reason why it costs as much. But the rest of the world is still going to go because people, 1, love vacation, and 2, they're willing to go in debt. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. I want to read some of the comments because people literally have been getting pissed that Disney is this expensive. Someone said Disney lost its magic a long time ago because of greed. Disney equals greed, and yet somehow it's always packed. Born and raised in SoCal, I remember when I had an annual pass for both parks for $99 a year. That's crazy. Someone else said, I found this old Disneyland ticket in an album where I used to save all my souvenirs, $27.50 for one adult in 1992. That's like going out to a fast food place now, $27.50. Hey, listen, if you're the type of person who always compares what it used to be, you're the type of person that I don't want to be like when I get wiser and get older. Honestly, I hate it when I hear people talk about, well, back when I was, this old, yeah, things were a lot better. They were a lot less expensive. Why aren't you making more money to where you can say, you know what? I wasn't making as much back then, and I'm making a lot more now. You very rarely hear people say that. And 9 times out of 10, they're making more money than where they were making money in the past. But everybody likes to focus on the negative. Everybody likes to focus on, well, Disney shouldn't be that much. But you're getting paid more, aren't you? What are your thoughts about that? Let me know in the comments section down below. I think it's an interesting take because most people don't think that way. Well, I do. And I'm tired of hearing people always complain about things going up when they know their price has gone up too. Everything has gone up. You want a raise, she wants a raise. You feel like you deserve to get paid more. Prices of stuff is gonna go up, man. It just is. Like, are we waiting for a day where the system just collapses and everything is cheap? How are you gonna get paid if everything is cheap? Money circulates. It's called a wealth gap, people.
I just realized how like unnecessary and all inclusive is, and really like how excessive it is, more so. So you eat, you drink, you stuff your face until you're like so full, so uncomfortable. Like that was my experience. It was there, so I would just eat it or drink it. So I'm on vacation and I'm not at an all inclusive. Usually I always go to an all inclusive. So Dominican, Jamaica, like Mexico, stuff like that. So I'm at the Bahamas right now, not at an all inclusive. So everything is extra, from like a bottle of water to like an ice cream cone. Like I just realized that you live a normal, like how often do you eat when you're at home? Like you don't eat that much. Why do like the eating habits have to change so drastically if you're on vacation? Like why do you gotta stuff your face if you're on vacation? And you usually do that because you're like, oh, well, I've already paid for it at an all inclusive. I don't have to pay for anything to do it. But I realized it's so unnecessary. And like I'm eating so little here. I'm barely drinking. Like it's really not that much more money at a non all inclusive. That is my opinion.
Um, she has a good point. Why do people indulge more when they're on vacation? My belief, self-control. I mean, I believe people at home don't have enough self-control. People can't stick to a diet. They can't go to the gym consistently. They can't say, you know what, I'm not going to get fast food. I'm not going to put this on the credit card, because you know you're already in credit card debt. It's not even about going on vacation and indulging and overindulging. It's about the principle of how you make your decisions. Are you making a decision because it's easy, or are you making a decision because it's going to help you become better? And a lot of the times we've covered on this channel, a lot of people, most Americans, make choices because it gives them quick gratification and punishes them later in the future. 9 times out of 10, when people make decisions that reward them in the moment, overeating, eating, drinking, just enjoying themselves, nothing wrong with those things. It's just that people make impulse decisions to benefit themselves in the moment, and then they wonder, well, why did I do that? You know what I'm saying? It's like people just have this blindfold over their eyes financially, and then they just don't recognize the damage they've done until the damage is done and it's too late. When you go on vacation, if you're worried about how much food is, don't go on vacation. I've done that before. I ain't doing it again. I'm going to skip vacation. Well, Jay, everybody deserves a vacation if you work hard and you save up your money, but your broke ass is complaining about the food when you can get food at home, but you spending money on going somewhere else where you complaining about the prices of food. Vacation is for those who can afford it. And just because you can put some on a credit card and make payments on it, don't mean you can afford it. I'm sorry they lied to you, America. I'm sorry they told you the biggest lie. That if you can afford a house payment, if you can afford a credit card payment, if you could afford a student loan pay, we have made so many unwise decisions financially. It's ended up people going broke over vacations. Bottom line, I said what I said. People will go broke over these things. They go broke. They get into debt over our memory. Well, you can never get that time back. You could never get the time back either way if your ass stayed at home. It's insane to me how many people put themselves in situations and then they end up complaining. And it's like, hold on. Why did you go on that vacation and complain about the food? Maybe you just should have stayed at home and gotten better sources of food instead of going away from home and then getting better sources of food, or just getting food in general and it's just more expensive. So yeah, of course, once you spend money, you're going to want to spend more. That was something that I learned in sales the past 5 years of my life. Once the customer spends their first dollar, it's easier for them to spend their second and third and fourth. You know why? Because you broke the barrier, you broke the ice. They opened their wallet. They gave something in return, in exchange, in something that they believed had value. And now it's easier to upsell. This is exactly why you see when you go into grocery stores, you stand in the grocery line, you see them little packs of gum and magazines and little knickknacks or whatever, stuff you don't even care about until you're at the register because they know you've already collected how much you're ready to spend. But now we're just going to put the cherry on top. Sam's Club does a great example of this, and I love Sam's Club. You go Sam's Club, you might go there for the pizza and the ice cream and the hot dogs and stuff, but you go there, you're probably grocery shopping, you bulk, you're buying stuff in a wholesale store. You go in Sam's Club at the end of the line at the register, what they got? You smell the pizza. You smell you smell the hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? Target used to do a great job at this too with popping popcorn. Like these things happen because it's buyers' perception of how they view their money. Well, you know what? I already spent some, so I might as well get my money's worth and become even more satisfied. And then it becomes overconsumption. This is why we make these type of videos, because we're covering money, we're covering finances, we're covering why people make these financial decisions. So you, for one, don't end up making the same mistakes. And two, we can learn from these people. People love to complain, but they don't love to change. It's crazy to me. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below.
I understand I'm probably going to get some slack for this, but I am in Aruba right now. It is my last day. I have been here for 6 nights, and I'm not that impressed. I'm going to be honest. I was so excited for this trip, and I feel like the internet makes it seem like Aruba is the best place on earth, and you talk to people that have been here 15, 20 times, and it's their favorite place, but I've been to many places, and I know you can't control weather, but it was raining 2 days here, which is very rare, I understand. But the wind, like they say it is windy, it is windy, okay? Like I'm saying, chairs hitting you in your back every 3 seconds, napkins flying, water bottles, like you cannot control your hair whatsoever. Like don't even think that you're gonna be able to do your hair because you're not. Hats flying off of your head, like I don't know if we just came on like the rainiest, windiest week possible. I'm staying here over Christmas and New Year's. But we leave tomorrow, which is January 1st, and the food, I got sick. I was throwing up all night one night, and besides me getting sick, I didn't even think the food was that great, I'll be honest. Like, I don't know, it's beautiful, it is, but I can talk more about it if anyone's interested or has any questions. But for the price that you pay to come here, I mean, I've been to many other countries on cruises, resorts, and I don't know, maybe I didn't see it the way other people saw it, but that's just my opinion. I'll show you my view right now. I did stay on Palm Beach because I was traveling with my 13-year-old daughter. So I wanted to be in like the touristy area, which was great. There's lots of every restaurant, coffee place, everything is right around you. But yeah, like just little things. I mean, scams left and right, like people staying double the price that it is, all the cab drivers. I mean, I can go into detail if people want. But I mean, you're traveling alone, it's your first time there, and they 100% take advantage of you. I mean, I was paying double prices that anyone else was paying. So there's definitely some like tips or tricks I would give to people who have never been here before that I did not read or see. And I did a lot of research before I came here. Just like things like that. I feel like they just take advantage of you, and yeah, the people are nice, but they're scamming. And I mean, I guess that's everywhere. I don't know. I can go into more detail again if anybody wants, but yeah, for the price
that might actually come with the experience though. Like you might not learn those type of things until you experience going there repeatedly, that you getting ripped off on vacation in specific areas. People can smell when you got some money, especially if you're wearing your valuables. But let me know in the comment section down below. Have you ever been to Aruba? How was it? Is it as scammy as she's making it seem? She sounds like she's complaining about everything, just about though. I mean, the wind, sure it's windy, but you what is it? You're on an island? Is Aruba on an island? Because what more can you expect? You know what I'm saying? You're surrounded by water. She's at a beach. You know what I'm saying? I don't even need to know if she's on the island or not. She's on the beach. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel the wind. But yeah. People be going broke over vacations and be complaining about how much money they spend. I learned my lesson like 3 years ago. You don't go on a vacation if you got to worry about, oh man, how much is the food? How much is that? How much is this? And yeah, you got a budget, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like people be knowing they're not even supposed to be going on vacation, and they just I deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the job. You know, and then he just treat themselves to a vacation and then attach their future selves to staying at that job that they hate because they never have financial discipline or wisdom at all. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content.